Hello world! Today we're going to talk about should Andrew Yang give illegal immigrants free healthcare? My name is Lian Niu, a horror sci-fi author. My novella, Cyto Trigger, is available on the Amazon bookstore, link below. Now let's talk about the first Democratic debate. During the first debate, the moderator asked the candidates whether they would provide free healthcare to illegal immigrants, and all of them answered yes. And that whipped up a shitstorm. Most commentators, especially conservatives and some centrists like Tim Pool, had criticized this position as not only unpopular but also unattainable. Simply put, we cannot afford to give away free healthcare to illegal immigrants. And I took a long, hard look at it. 2 weeks, in fact, and find that there is no logical reason to give away free healthcare except for one extremely important reason. It is an understatement to say that healthcare is extremely important to everyone, not just to the well-being of the sick person, but also to the community at large. Unchecked communicable diseases, airborne viruses, unvaccinated children and elderly are detrimental to the long-term health of the nation, and the cost of treatment is disproportionately higher than the cost of preventive care. Now, the problem with giving out free healthcare to illegal immigrants is twofold. Not only does it put a strain on the limited medical resources we have, but it also incentivizes illegal border crossings. Though it is necessary to point out that the shortage in medical resources is artificially created by poor government incentives and protectionism. So that is why we are paying twice as much per capita to our pharmaceutical companies and doctors compared to other nations, and yet we're still facing a shortage. So the best thing to do is to lump these two problems together: the large number of illegal immigrants and the shortage in medical resource. So what do I mean by lumping them together? Well, let's think this through. The immigrants can be an agent of change to the current medical system. For example, we can put the illegal immigrants on the Singaporean healthcare system, where the patients are required to set up a healthcare account which can only be used to pay for medical care. Furthermore, the government can incentivize enrollment with a complementary preventive care package. This creates a market for doctors to receive cash payments instead of going through the money-grabbing insurance companies. And this alternative healthcare system will provide the competition that we need to keep the capitalists from taking advantage of the sick and vulnerable. As for the migrants who is currently stuck on the border, another solution is to provide healthcare aid packages to our neighboring countries. The cost of medical care in Mexico and Canada is not as high as in USA, so it would be cheaper just to pay Mexico and Canada to provide healthcare to the migrants than allow the migrants to use our national resource. This will incentivize a portion, just a portion, of migrants to stay in our neighboring countries instead of trying to cross the border. Nevertheless, the aforementioned reasons does not justify giving illegal immigrants fully government-funded healthcare. That is, unless the illegal immigrants are paying to the system and they are helping the nation to build up a robust public option like the single-payer system that Andrew Yang has proposed. All in all, this is a complicated problem with many moving parts, which has to move together to create a system that benefits us all. So no, the government can't afford to give out free healthcare to illegal immigrants. And yes, it is advantageous to incorporate the illegal immigrants into our healthcare system if done right. But there's no time for nuances in a democratic debate. But I do that Andrew Yang explains his position in his long-form interviews. So that's my rant. Thank you for listening, and that's all, world.